Hello everyone and welcome to the Gunpla Network. I'm the Spicer and today's unboxing of the Master Grade Aile Strike Gundam version remastered or whatever you want to call it from 2013 is brought to you by those fine folks over at Canadian Gundam. Canadian Gundam is your one-stop shop for all things Plamo and Gunpla here in North America. With flat rate shipping to the US and Canada, a private warehouse option, and a vast catalog that's restocked regularly, they're going to have whatever you need. When you're checking that vast catalog and placing your next order, don't forget to use the promo code Gunpla Network to save yourself 10% off. Now this is an interesting kit for me, I suppose. The SEED frame, from my understanding for this, is effectively going to be relatively similar, at least, to the Master Grade Buster Gundam. So at least from a frame perspective, I generally know what I'm in for. But the weird thing with the Aile Strike, I guess I'm more picky about Aile Strikes, largely because I think there's one that does the proportions perfectly, or at least near perfect in the high-grade Cosmic Era Aile Strike. So every other Aile Strike, there's this weird lens of comparison in a area that doesn't really differ per grade for the most part. Real grade proportions, master grade proportions, high grade proportions, it's all generally around the model itself versus the grade. So this is something that could be relatively disappointing. It could also be something that's very exciting. Like I said, the Buster and the Aegis, I like at least the shelf presence of, we'll say that. The Aegis build was not as fun, but generally this line is something I've been very happy with. So I think this is probably going to be a good extension of that. The Ale Pack might be a little weird, we'll see. But actually, after looking at the side of the box and going through the box, I'm pretty hopeful, we'll say that. There's a lot in here. It comes with its cool little stand that kind of replicates the Archangel launch pad, which is pretty cool. Anytime there's a specific stand that's themed, kind of cool. I like that. Some of them are better than others. I think this one's probably better than all of the ones on my shelf that I'm looking up at right now. But yeah, that's a cool inclusion. I like that. The more a kit can do that or just come with a stand is A-okay by me. Now, looking kind of through the rest of the box, the runners and all that, this seems pretty straightforward. I'm not concerned about any of this. The base, well, it is cool that it's there, and I'm actually quite excited for it. Fitting it on my shelf might be a bit more of a problem. I'll report back when I get through actually, going through the build and the review and putting it on my shelf. But that's really the only concern I have. Proportions, which are it's a very minor concern I have. I think generally this line's been pretty good at that. And whether or not I can actually use this monster of a stand on my shelf are really the only two big worries I have going into this. Outside of that, like I said, the other two I've built from this line I'm quite pleased with, and I've wanted to complete this line anyway. I like the Aile Strike. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite Gundams, but from a really basic, clean, kind of redone version of the Gramps design, I quite like that. I think it is one of the more effective basic redesigns. Will it fit well next to the Aegis and the Buster? Probably. Is it going to tie in with the Freedom and the Strike Freedom and all the other stuff I have on my shelf? Probably. So really no big concerns. I'm quite excited, even with a Master Grade build that at a time when I'm quite tired, it's probably not going to be as fun as usual. It's still going to be a thing that I'm going to enjoy. The SEED frame not being terribly difficult. The backpack I'm a little more concerned with, if we're being entirely honest. The big backpack's a SEED for whatever reason in Master Grades just feels like once you get the initial kit built, the backpack is an entire another kit, basically. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, I'm excited to see this built. The only concerns I have are very minor ones. But if you've built this in the past, let me know in the comments down below. Is there anything I need to look out for? Is there any weird things with the build, or do you want to see a segment where I put some of the dry transfers on or anything like that? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, friends, do your absolute best to stay safe and keep on building.